The new Dracula is from Luc Besson, the famed French writer and director who made The Fifth Element, Leon the Professional, and La Femme Nikita, and of course based on the classic novel by Bram Stoker. But Besson puts his own spin on it. This version of the iconic vampire is a broken-hearted soul who spends the last couple hundred years trying to resurrect the love of his life. There's a bunch of new stuff thrown in there. Some of it works, some of it really doesn't. First, the positives. This does have a good style to it. Great cinematography and dedicated performances. It does look like the time period. The obvious comparison is Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula, to the point where it could be described as a copy of it. This isn't as good, but it is a decent try. And at least he tried to make it differ from the countless other adaptations of this story. But Besson's directing is also the movie's downfall, with quite a few scenes that are just corny and over the top and leave the audience begging for a hint of subtlety, and a bunch of things are added in there are just really dumb ideas. Like he threw in some stuff about Dracula creating a perfume that makes him irresistible to women. It's slightly less weird in context. What doesn't work, even in context, is the fact that it's introduced with a bizarre dance montage. Oh, and there's also the CGI gargoyles. Yeah, he doesn't live alone in that castle. He lives with a bunch of gargoyles that come to life and act as his servants. And I guess I have mixed feelings about that. Meaning I think it would have been fun in a movie that didn't take itself so seriously. Like people would be calling them the worst thing ever, but I'd be defending them saying, no, they're fun, they fit in with the tone. But here, they don't fit in with the tone. They're goofy and a Dracula movie doesn't need CGI gargoyle minions. Also, there's some reveal about them at the very end that's just confoundingly stupid. I don't understand what they were implying with it, but I have a feeling that even if I knew enough for it to make sense, it still would be really dumb. This movie makes so many out there decisions that do not work that it could practically be worth the recommendation just to see how bizarre it gets. But then again, apparently Luc Besson is kind of a creep, so fuck that. But with that aside, even without the ironic enjoyment, this is still a decently made reimagining that's let down by some bad decisions. Besson took some big swings and many of them were misses. It's not as much of an ambitious mess as Megalopolis, but it does kind of ride that route and is at least more entertaining than that movie. Basically a second-rate version of Coppola's Dracula that decided it needed a fight scene with CGI gargoyles. Not the best.